Ladies and gentlemen, I feel like it's been a while since I was actually able to post the rank 1 team, but this time I actually know the person on rank 1. It's JUANIILLO. He's Spanish. I met him at NAIC in 2022. Hung out for a few days, so yeah, great guy. And great battler as well. So we're going to be using his team today, how he hit rank, or what team he hit rank 1 with. And let me just look at the rankings. He's at 3383. This is November 2nd at 10:47 a.m. So I believe in European time zones, he would have already done some amount of GB. It might have been actually the entirety of Go Battle Day, but for me, my Go Battle Day is still going. I think I've done like 40 battles. The problem is I don't really keep track. It's not too, I mean, that has nothing to do with this video, but I don't really keep track of my battles. But if I was to guess, I'd be somewhere in the 40 to 50 range of battles done. It's 6 p.m. here, so I still got a lot of time. We'll see what I do after dinner. Anyways, we're going to be going over this team today from JUANIILLO. It's going to be Morpeko in the front with regular Jumpluff and Shadow Quagsire in the back. And I actually did tee him off acrobatics because he wasn't using acrobatics, and I don't want to nerf myself by being like, I only have acrobatics because it's the Jumpluff that I leveled up or whatever on Community Day. So I TM'd that Community Day move off. I now have Aerial Ace and Energy Ball for my moves, as well as Fairy Wind with my fast attack. So let's go ahead and get into the battles today. All right, Morpeko in the movesets on the left side. Everything's pretty normal. Really, the only thing that even could be different is, I guess, technically Morpeko learned Seed Bomb. You might run into people running that. I personally haven't, but you can actually take out those... what's it called, the Gastrodons. You can one-shot them if you really want to get people with that. Maybe I'll do that, but I'm actually running pretty low on TM, so I'm going to stay away from Spice for a little bit. Yeah, Stone Edge instead of Mud Bomb, but that's the normal moveset, but really that's the only thing that could change besides the acrobatics that we already talked about. All right, let's go. Morpeko Mirror Match. So I believe in this game, and again, I played these games about 3 hours ago. They end up switching straight into the Meganium. Actually, I played sporadically through the day because I was watching the the League of Legends World Championships. I don't know if y'all play that game or anything, but no spoilers here. But the team I wanted to win did win, so that's great. All right, Jumpluff into Meganium. They end up trying to catch on Meganium, which would have resisted Wheel from Morpeko. So we actually know that we have that energy advantage on their Morpeko as well. And I'm not too worried about this Meganium. Obviously, we resist every single thing that it could possibly do. So let me get into frame more. So yeah, I'm just trying to gain a little bit of energy on this Jumpluff to throw into the Morpeko. They end up shielding. I still have an energy advantage or parity at this point, but we're going to get both shields. I am surprised, to be honest. I ended up throwing the double resisted move here just because he's not throwing a move yet. And again, he knows that it's going to be that, so he's going to be able to throw one move, but we definitely get that Thundershock in, and that should KO him, which means we're going to get one Mon in the back, and that means even if it's good against me, I'm going to hopefully get the Psychic Fangs off. I end up going for the Aura Wheel because we win CMP against the Feraligatr, and I'm just going to go for the move that one-shots, just in case he doesn't shield. And again, we win CMP, and we're pacing exactly the same. Talonflame in the lead. So this can be really tough for Morpeko if they decide to just go to the twos. I think someone even mentioned that in one of my comments for the Morpeko Double Dark team, I believe. So yeah, they definitely can do that. Hopefully not. But it does seem like they are trying to get to that. All right, we get the R wheel off, then I'm going to go to Jumpluff. I don't really care too much about an Icy Wind, even though it is double super effective. Not going to be enough to KO us at any rate here. The only thing is we will get lowered in our attack stats, so I might not be able to KO with an Energy Ball. I do decide I am going to go for the big move, though. No need to double bait, or to bait. I don't know. I just want to go for it, and maybe that was a mistake because I actually probably could have gone double Aerial Ace, ended this with a lot of energy. I don't know why I'm going for some sort of weird farm, or yeah, he ends up coming back in, and I throw the Aerial Ace just to buy time. The question is what I really want to come in with, and I end up coming in with the Quagsire. It is in Aquatail range. We do get the CMP here, which is what I was trying to do. It looks like it's weird because they want CMP, but this is what I'm trying to do because they are at 100 energy at this point. So end up KOing that. We're probably going to see what that last mon is. It does end up being a Dunsparce, which not great for me. It's going to be good against all my mon, but I do have the shield advantage, and Morpeko does have a little bit of HP, so I kind of just want to get taken out as soon as possible here. Come in Morpeko. Looks like it's really close to the Aura Sphere range, but we're also getting low. They end up trying to go for a catch. I get the Aura Wheel off, and I'm just basically hoping that this KOs. If it doesn't, we still have a catch ourselves, but it's going to be weird because we're really close to getting farmed down. All right, another rollout user here, Licky Licky. I did decide, basically, you can see it's almost been an hour and a half, I guess, since I played the last set of games. But I basically decided I like going 5 on the rollout users and getting my move off first, and then maybe trying to make them use energy onto Quagsire or Jumpluff, depending on what I think they're going to do. Even though it's technically less efficient. Someone from Pogo just messaged there. Oh, you know what? I'm going to shout them out. Let's see who they are. Oh, God. Maybe I didn't go back far enough. Okay, well, we'll see if they... All right, maybe... Wait, was it right after this? All right, oh, okay. Justin Garcia went 57 and 47 during the Go Battle Days, so congrats to you, Justin Garcia. Shout out. And thanks for commenting on the last video. Let me know how your Go Battle Day went. I did put out that video as fast as I could from someone who did their Go Battle, or Yusai, who did their Go Battle Day on, and they live in New Zealand, so they obviously did it almost the full, like, 20 hours ahead of us. Or ahead of me, I guess. You guys could be from anywhere. Anyways, we have a huge amount of energy here on the Quagsire. This matchup's great for Quagsire as well. Plus, obviously, we did start with the Morpeko. They end up coming in with a Diggersby, which is weird because Diggersby's pretty bad against Quagsire. Makes me think they're really weak to the Quagsire in the back. They actually do get the farm down, which is nice from them. But luckily, we don't have to contend with too much here. Fire Punch doesn't do that much, even though it is super effective. Fire Punch is just a bad move. Catching you here in the middle of the video. Definitely subscribe if you haven't. Just take a second, hit it. All right, back to the video. Overall, but it's a coverage move. You're not trying to one-shot someone with it. You're trying to get coverage onto things that you're pretty bad against, and Diggersby is pretty bad against grass. So I do end up going for the full energy ball here. Obviously, this will one-shot from here. I think Diggersby is pretty bulky, but we live another Fire Punch here. So you notice I'm not using shields. I'm still saving my shields for that Morpeko in the back. And if they hard counter me in the back with Morpeko, if it's like a Shadow Marowak, so be it. It does end up being... What ends up being a Whiscash, which is okay. It's going to do triple resisted fast attacks to the Jumpluff. So I probably... Why did I shield this? I guess I go for the dark move. No, it looks like I'm just going straight for the Psychic Fangs here. I guess I'm hoping they get scared. This is pretty bad for me. Well, okay, we have to use our shield here. I know exactly what I was thinking. We have to use our shield here because we're running out of HP across both of our Mon, and I don't want them to have a shield and I have to get to 2 energy balls. That'd be freaking crazy. But we do triple resist. I mean, that's basically immunity at this point. So I just have to make sure I make it to my move. Definitely don't want to throw the Aerial Ace. I have to go all in on the energy ball. Actually assume I lose CMP to Whiscash here. It makes sense because we're an XL and they're not. Yeah. Azu in the front is pretty good for us. They end up having a Marowak in the back. I'm really slow to that switch, but it's okay. I think I'm going to go for as much energy as possible here. You're going to live a Shadow Bone anyways. I'm going to go for as much energy as possible and then throw the Stone Edge. And Aquatail doesn't look like it KOs from here. I'm not too familiar with that matchup. You don't see a Lowland Marowak much anymore. But yeah, I do end up one-shotting it. I'm going to get back into a good matchup, kind of, because they are going to get a ton of energy through this Quagsire, and I'm not going to do too much damage. Obviously, I do get it into Aura Wheel range, but I don't get a Thunder Shock through. That's awesome. I am going to throw the... Well, they know I'm at an R wheel. Obviously, Jumpluff has more play against... more play against Azu than I do with this guy. I do end up going for the R wheel here. I have to be really afraid of the Ice Beam is the problem, right? So I believe I outpace 4 to the next Fly, if this is Fly. Ends up being Flame Charge, great, I guess. I just have to make sure I make it to the R wheel, which actually with the Flame Charge ended up being really close because it actually increasing that damage made it very sketch. But now I get to go into this matchup and an Ice Beam won't KO me. I'm not running the Shadow in this team, so obviously that gives me a little bit of extra play as well. They switch out a Greninja into Ariados, and I do just throw this, and then I decide to stay in the matchup, so pretty stupid by me. I was like, oh, I'm just going to go to the Quagsire matchup. Wait, I'm going to be down energy, and they have Trailblaze. Probably I shouldn't do that. So figured it out a second later, but yeah, not great. I believe he let it go, though, so I do end up getting through this matchup at least, and we get to see what's in the back. Maybe I can swap out of it. I decide this is just too bad for, obviously, Jumpluff, because it is doing super effective fast attack, and usually these do run the Sludge Bomb as well. So, me end up staying in that matchup ended up being very good for me. Yeah, maybe we should just be staying in the matchup, but that's not the problem. The real problem is that I really shouldn't be throwing. I should go up to 5 at the very least if I'm going to bait. But yeah, it wasn't a decision I made. I made it in haste, right? So I'm obviously just going to throw the Aerial Ace into this thing. We do resist everything that it does, being a grass type, and oh no, I guess Night Slash is neutral. But it doesn't do that much. So I was thinking about Fairy Wind, and I thought we were like Grass Fairy Flying somehow. Man, if we had 3 typings, this game would be insane. I don't know what the best 3 would be. I feel like it'd be like Dragon Fairy Steel. That'd be the best 3 combination. Anyways, I'm actually just going to go for the full farm down here. If he throws a move, he throws a move. I get more energy. He's going to be out of energy here, so I know I'm going to get the farm down. And then the Quagsire matchup's obviously very favored for me. It did show that their attack sharply rose on Quagsire there. That is just a visual bug. And I believe I can actually farm down both of these mon at this point, all the way down both. So I'm good to shield here, assuming that they would possibly throw an Earthquake, because they're not going to get to an Earthquake. If they're not going to get to an Earthquake in 2 moves anyways, so I just was hoping they would throw the first one, but they ended up throwing just double Sludge Bomb, which obviously resisted by our ground typing. All right, Talonflame. They did switch into Chestnut, and this is another insane matchup. This one we actually do resist everything, and we double resist the grass moves. But if they throw a superpower, technically it's only single resisted, but then their next attacks are going to be weaker because they're lowering their attack and defense. They end up throwing a superpower here, and we CMP'd, not great, but I do go for the undercharge. I do just want to kind of farm this all the way down, get as much energy as possible. Fairy Wind is super effective against this as well, and again, we resist everything, so we have all the time in the world to try to get this down. And I actually end up switching to Morpeko just to get a little bit of energy and to keep Jumpluff in the back just in case I need it. I go for the bait. Probably shouldn't be going for the bait in this matchup. Yeah, and it's not that much to really be going for the Aura Wheels, so really stupid by me, to be honest. But again, this is probably my second set using this team, I would guess. Yeah, tough. I decided to let it go. This is obviously going to one-shot. I still have the Quagsire, which is very good against the Dunsparce, so I just have to wait my clock out because I did switch in the middle of it, and I still have that. Oh, right. They had the Talonflame in the back. I'm just going to go for Stone Edge, by the way. I can go for 2 Stone Edges here. And just in case they do have Brave Bird, I am going to shield. And then I believe I can go 4 more. Or maybe I'll just go 2 just because it either hits or it doesn't. And it's technically, I mean, it's the same. It's efficient, so. Now in this matchup, I'm just going to throw straight Aqua Tails. Doesn't really matter. I have infinite energy on Jumpluff, and when I say infinite, I mean like 100. Exactly 100, I should say. And I'm just trying to get it maybe into Aerial Ace range, but technically, I could just get it into, it doesn't really matter. Again, I have 100 energy on this guy from the big chestnut farm down, so not a mon you run into too much, but if you do run into a chestnut, this thing destroys it. All right, Ariados. So you do win CMP. I do like going our wheel here. This guy technically lived. I don't know if that's because of my IVs, his IVs. I don't exactly have a great Morpeko. I've never traded one. Yeah, I've never traded one. I was thinking, I was like, have I traded one? No, I haven't really been out, so to be honest. They do end up having a Quagsire in the back. I do switch into my own Quagsire. Kind of hoping they'll switch out, but if they don't switch out, maybe they're weak to water in the back, which usually a lot of things in Go Battle League, if they're weak to water, they're weak to grass as well. Obviously, fire not following that format. So it could be Talonflame or Skeledirge in the back, which, I mean, wouldn't be great, but I still have Morpeko in the back as well. I am running, they have a shield advantage, I should say. So unless it's like Gastrodon, it's double Mud Boys in the back, then I just auto win, and they ended up leaving. So that's what I'm guessing it was. Again, in the rock, in this matchup, I like to go to 5. Anything with rollout, I like to go to 5, even though it is technically inefficient, because I just want to get my damage off, have a little bit of a lead. They do end up coming in Drifblim, and with a one mud shot advantage, you do win the zeros here. You get to your move before they do, and he ended up not shielding. Great for me. I'm obviously not going to make it to a Stone Edge if he doesn't want me to make it to a Stone Edge, but he did throw right away, meaning he doesn't have any excess energy. I don't really want to go into Jumpluff into this, to be honest, so I'm going to go for a bait here that is on CMP. Oh, he did go 1 over, right? Okay. So I'm trying to catch back up on energy. He ends up shielding, so I am caught up now. I didn't see a move sneak through, so I thought it was CMP there. Kind of weird. All right, he ends up coming in with Dunsparce, so I do get this move off. I'm probably going to switch if he shields, just to try to eat these moves. Jumpluff, even though it is super effective for the rollout and the rock slides, it doesn't actually do that much because Dunsparce doesn't have stab on these moves, and it is a bulky mon, so not really a high attack stat to really push that damage onto me. I definitely live a second one, but I'm just going Aerial Ace here. I'm probably in Hydro range, which is a problem, I guess. We do end up CMPing here, and I'll just shield and get the CMP. This Aerial Ace is going to KO. It's actually probably close, but it probably does KO from here. And either way, we have enough health to survive like all the Shadow Claws after this as well. All right, Wigglytuff, 1 second. So one game I didn't show was the game before this game, and I switched out of Morpeko from the Wigglytuff matchup into Jumpluff. Then he stayed in with Wigglytuff the entire time, and he ended up having double ground in the back. So I end up, it was literally the game before this, and I decided to put this video is so long already that I didn't want to put in any extra games, but yeah, let's go ahead and look at this one. So I decided to switch into Quagsire instead, and I believe he went for a shield here, and I was like, why would you shield this? I'm not quite understanding. I probably will have to shield no matter what anyways, just to try to maintain some semblance of something. Does go for the Swift, which is interesting. I'll go for the Stone Edge here. I actually throw in bad timing because I don't think it matters that much because I'm not going to get any more moves off. Yeah. Yeah. I thought he was going to throw, to be honest. And this guy does end up having a double ground in the back as well. So I don't know if Wigglytuff double ground is a thing, but that sucks for me. He ends up baiting me here. I'm so afraid of this Rock Wrecker. I don't think I've ever seen a Shadow Rhyperior. I don't think I've seen a regular Rhyperior even in Great League. So to see a Shadow one, I just kind of got scared. Luckily, this wasn't CMP, so I do get to go. I think it wasn't, right? Yeah, so I do get to get a little bit more energy. My attack did drop there, but this is double super effective, and Rhyperior's got to be god-awful in defense in Great League. So, shows the Wigglytuff again. And the last mod, I think, is actually Shadow Golurk. I was trying to remember there real quick. I don't know why. I kind of got scared of the, if I'm being really 100% honest with you guys, and you're going to think I'm so dumb, I actually was thinking the Rock Wrecker was right there. For better or for worse. All right, Skarmory. Obviously, this is a fantastic matchup. They end up switching into the Ferrothorn. I thought to give myself some advantage here, I would lower the defense and then switch into my Jumpluff, because I did see one Ferrothorn that had Flash Cannon, but most of them do run Thunder, and it's not going to do that much. It is neutral. All right, we're just going for the, there's not a lot to say here. I'm going for the Aerial Ace, which is neutral and doesn't do that much. He's going for the Thunder, which is neutral, not doing that much. The one thing to think about is a lot of movement is happening with the timer. So I do try to gain as much energy as I can before switching into this Morpeko, but I do know that he's going to be so far up on energy here. And then I was like, how much does a Brave Bird do? It is resisted. I decide to just let it go. I don't remember how this game ended, but I do remember I lost track of the Ferrothorns. If I'm being honest, someone rang the doorbell. Someone who I was expecting to come rang the doorbell, and I was like, I can't really think about what's happening right now. I'll just shield and farm this down. And obviously he ends up having 2 Power Whips here. I don't remember what was in the back. I'm really trying to remember what was in the back, because this is going to change everything maybe. It does end up being the Azu, and we do have infinite energy here on the Jumpluff. It does get a few bubbles through. The thing is, I actually think I end up going for a bait here, because I'm like, I threw also on a weird timing, because I was like, oh, he might think I'm desperate if I go on a weird timing. And then I just keep going on that weird timing because he's getting close to 100 energy, and I'm hoping he doesn't really know what to do here. And I also want to get this into Stone Edge range. I do have to remember they still have a Ferrothorn in the back with just a little bit of HP. Probably 1 Mudshot's fine, so I can always throw on perfect timing here. I don't have to rush it. I'm not in danger of dying to 1 move. They have to get to 2, and Azu takes a long time to get to 2 moves. So just slow down your thinking here. I'm like, I can throw. Nope, he switched. All right, let's throw. Yeah. In a slow matchup like Azu, you can definitely just slow down your timing, your heart rate, everything. So I think that might have been the last one. Sweet. I don't know why there's a black screen now. That doesn't usually happen. But anyways, yeah, that's the rank 1 team. That's from JUANIILLO. Again, a Spanish battler. Great person, great battler. Obviously, he's hit rank 1. I know he hit it last season. I'm pretty sure he hit it the season before as well. I think he hits rank 1 almost every season. So, yeah, definitely a good team there, and hopefully that helps you all out. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up. If you haven't, definitely hit the subscribe button, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace. Hey, thank you for watching the video, and if you want to continue to support me, definitely click that subscribe button. You'll see any content coming out, and if you want another video on this same league for some more tips and tricks to other teams, check that video out right there, and I'll see you in the next one.